Hello PokeMoshPit, my name is Necrostevo and you're watching one of my narrated Wi-Fi battles. I hope you all enjoy. This is a battle I had against Michael, one of my good friends. We had this battle in person, so the levels are adjusted to level 50 because we were using the IR settings. He starts off with the Zelf and I start off with Tentacruel. I was expecting him to go straight for Stealth Rocks instead of taunting, but he does, so I don't get a chance to set up my Toxic Spikes right now. That's fine because I can just rapid spin with Tentacruel if I need to. He does stay in and go for Stealth Rocks, which means I can just break his Sash with Scald. And I knew he had Psychic on that as well, so I switch out to Emperor the Ferrothorn to take the Psychic. You don't see Psychic on a Zelf very often, but Michael's one of the few people who runs it on him. Or it may be standard now. I don't know. I was expecting him to taunt again because fourth Ferrothorn is going to set up entry hazard, so I went for the Power Whip, expecting it to knock him out. It does not, and he gets Explosion off. And that sucks, because that's the willpower Pokemon for you. Living an attack barely, then blowing up with a crit explosion in your face. So that could have gone much better. He goes out into Gengar. I'm aware that his Gengar has Hidden Power Fire, so I switch back out into Tentacruel to take it. And I believe that he does go for Hidden Power Fire right here. I still can't go for Rapid Spin because of the Gengar that is in there right now. But as soon as I can get rid of that Gengar, then I can go for Rapid Spin. I go for Scald, expecting him to just stay in and Shadow Ball, and I knew barring a crit, max special defense, max HP Tentacruel could take anything. Well, I don't think this one has max special defense. It has close to it. I get a burn off of the Scald. Doesn't really matter on Gengar outside of the residual damage that he's taking, but he's switching it around so much. And I don't have up injury hazards yet anyway, so it doesn't matter. He brings out a Moongus, expecting the Scald again. If you all will go back and look at one of my earlier, I think my first video actually, you will see my love for the Motherland, because his Amoonguss actually carries a tract, and he has a very interesting set on his Amoonguss. I was actually, I stay in knowing that I can outspeed him, and I went for Rapid Spin. And he goes for Giga Drain. I think he was expecting me to switch, because otherwise he wouldn't have used it because of the Liquid Ooze. But expecting to Spore, I go out into Ferrothorn, I believe, on this next turn, because I knew he didn't have anything to hit me with, and I could set up my entry hazards. So I do that, but he also uses Attract, and he's able to attract Emperor. So two plant types in love, just kind of sitting around right here. That's fine. I really just wanted to get up my Stealth Rocks. This Ferrothorn has Thunder Wave, Power Whip, Stealth Rocks, and Spikes. It's a little bit weird, but it allows it to function without having a separate Pokemon to set up Stealth Rocks and having him to set up Spikes, because normally he can live several hits. He's also holding the Rocky Helmet so that he's discouraged from being hit. But finally he goes for Spore. I wanted that Spore on Emperor as opposed to any of my other Pokemon. And also Emperor, out now that he set up Stealth Rocks, the only other thing he could do is set up Spikes. So it's better for the Spore to hit him. I go out into Choice Banded Arcanine right here. And I don't know if Michael realized that it was Choice Banded at the time. He does Giga Drain. He doesn't get that much HP back from it. So that was a good switch in on my part. Pretty much no risk switching in right there, unless he double switched out for some reason. That burn that I got earlier off that Scald was racking up on him quite a bit there, though. So here he goes out into Haxorus, and here you will see the power of Choice Banded Arcanine. As I go for it, smacks very cleanly into it. Perfect accuracy, why not? And that almost kills him. So a few more Stealth Rock switches and he'll be dead. I switch out back into Ferrothorn, expecting him to maybe go for either Earthquake or the Dragon-type attack, hoping that he would touch my Ferrothorn. He misses the first Rock Slide. Doesn't really matter because I have to sleep one turn. And then I switch back out into Hariyama, expecting him to go for another Rock-type attack. And that's what he does. He misses again, but Hariyama's max HP, max attack, didn't really matter that he missed right there. I go for the Force Palm just to kill him. I really should have gone for the Whirlwind. I have Ice Punch on this Hariyama as well. It's designed to function alongside the other two Pokemon, Tentacruel and Ferrothorn, and kind of blow the opponent's team around a little bit. He paralyzes me, not a big deal, I'm slow anyway. And I Whirlwind him back into his Haxorus, which is great, because after one more Stealth Rock switch and it's going to die. He goes straight for the Outrage. I was actually expecting him to overpredict and predict maybe Arcanine coming in again. Fortunately, Hariyama barely lives. I think that's Adamant Max Attack Outrage. And he barely lives, so I'm able to Whirlwind him out again, which means when he comes back in, he is going to die to Stealth Rock. So Hariyama essentially killed Haxorus. Now that Amoonguss is in here, I didn't really want to switch in anything on it. And in case he did stay in, I was going to go for Ice Punch, I believe, but he just goes ahead and knocks me right out. I'm able to bring back out Choice Banded Arcanine again, and now that his Haxorus is that if that was his switch in last time, he really doesn't have anything for it. He makes a good play and leaves an Amoonguss on the attack, fishing for the effect spore, and he gets it, which is super unfortunate for Allie the Arcanine, because she really would like that speed. I have extreme speed, but Paralyze, I don't outspeed Togekiss, and that thing can easily Air Slash flinch me to death since I'm already paralyzed. So that was about the worst status condition I could have gotten as far as overall for the long term of the battle. Air Slash easily knocks out Ferrothorn, which that's okay. I don't have anything else that he can put to sleep with the Pokemon he has. I come back out, and I'm hoping to just go for, I think I actually went for Flare Blitz. No, I went for Extreme Speed. I did go for Extreme Speed, which is fine because that bypasses the paralyzation. He brings out Terrakion, and I'm able to pop his balloon, which is great because Arcanine hates balloons. Not really sure why she hates balloons, but you know, take out that anger on balloons and not the children holding them, I guess. Unless you don't like the kid, in which case go for it. He makes a good move and goes for Earthquake, which would hit several of the Pokemon that I have remaining. Gets a useless crit on Tentacruel that I brought back out, expecting maybe the fighting move. I'm able to come back out here, and I intimidate him. And I was actually expecting him to switch, because I didn't know if he wanted to have that Intimidate on him or not. But he just stays in and finishes me off with the Earthquake. But now that I know that he is in and he's intimidated, that's fine because I can come in. I probably should have done this on the last turn, but I was expecting him to switch. But a Flying Gym boosted Acrobatics is going to finish him off at 75% of his HP. He brings back out Gengar. I know that Gengar outspeeds, and I know that Gengar can one-hit KO me with just about anything. So I go out into my Eviolite Murkrow. He goes for Shadow Ball, and the Life Orb allows that to do a good amount of damage. But fortunately, after the Life Orb and the burn that I got earlier, it finishes him off. This Murkrow has Torment, Mean Look, Perish Song, and Roost. So it's just designed to torment so that they can't hit it with super effective attacks over and over. And then also Mean Look so that they are forced to stay in while the Perish Song counts down. I went for Torment on the first move there because I didn't want him to be able to Paraflinch me to death. And then on the next turn, I go on to the Perish Song in case he wanted to switch out or anything like that. Because the only thing that he has left at this point is the Haxorus. So I barely lived the crit Air Slash, which means that next turn he is going to Thunder Wave me. Which means that it's after I forced a Roost because I needed to stay alive. Otherwise he would just be able to switch out anyway. So I'm forced to Roost right there because of that crit. And then he Thunder Waves me on this turn. All I needed to make sure that this Togekiss died and to seal the battle would be to Mean Look it on this upcoming turn, because he was going to either attack me or maybe even Roost again. But I get paralyzed, which is unfortunate because he goes for the Air Slash, and that paralyzation wasn't even helped out by the Serene Grace or anything. That was just a natural 25% chance to paralyze. So now that I'm stuck in here, there's really nothing I can do. He brings out Haxorus' Death Fodder to reset the Perish count. It dies to the Stealth Rocks, which is perfect. Good job, Hariyama, for whirlwinding it back in earlier. And I just roost up because there wasn't really anything I could do knowing that situation. And Fiacre unfortunately goes down. So this battle really comes down to if I can hit with Stone Edge on Achilles or not. Because if I miss, he's going to paralyze me. And then he'll be able to stall me out or flinch me out or anything like that. Because that's what Togekiss does. But fortunately, I hit, which is great. Michael, we had an awesome battle. I hope you all enjoyed the battle. If you did, please come check out my channel, Necrostevo. And please leave a like on this battle. And thank you, PokeMoshPit, for posting it. I will see you all later, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.